This video is brought to you by Nespresso. No, not. All right, it's an eBay unboxing. All right, so this was sort of like, I'm not putting the seller down or anything, but it was sort of a junk dealer. If you know what I mean, they had nothing but like lots of junk, thrift store junk that was like, $2, $3 items. I saw this, bad pictures, bad description, and in one lot there was two items. I told her to keep the other. It was useless. It was probably worth 50 cents or 25 cents in an old-fashioned gumball machine. All right, so this could be good or bad. Her pictures were sort of, shaky, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean by those shaky pictures. Certain sellers just don't photograph things well. All right, so the dogs are about to start barking any moment. That's what they do. So, yeah. I have to constantly wait for them to be quiet so I can make my videos. And then, once they're quiet, family members walk in. All right, I'm trying to get this box open. There we go. All right, so I hope she packed it well because this stuff is fragile, as the old man would say in the Christmas Story movie that you probably all have seen. Because, like, it's something I watch every year at least once. All right, here we go. You ready? You shoot your eye out. She used a lot of packing materials, which is good. This is a good thing. And, all right. Why is this thing so big? It was supposed to be small. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't send me the wrong item. This always happens. Always happens. Like, sellers do that. Oh, my God. No. Oh, shit. She threw it in an envelope. And the base fell off of it. All right, I'm going to say it. Motherfucker. Mother trucker. Mother humper. Mother, I don't know. Mother of pearl. Mother of Earl. Mother of your ass. Okay. Well, son of a bitch. All right, come on, people. Really? I mean, God. I mean, am I the only one with an IQ level above 80 these days? All right. You know not to throw something in an envelope that's glass, right? And breakable. All right, we're gonna look at this. I'm just so angry right now that I can't even look at this. It bent the top. Oh, for fuck's sakes! It bent the top part of this antique perfume bottle. All right, we're not gonna look at it right now because I'm a little angry. Let's see what other assholeism. Okay, she just look at this. She threw a piece of glass in an envelope. Okay, this much of it is empty. Oh, please. Please, God, please. Please. I mean, seriously. All right. It's not broken. Praise the Lord. All right, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I didn't have to say Mother of Earl. 86.9. It sounded like Rain Man. 336 toothpicks. 336 fucks. Okay, we're going to go back to the other thing. By the way, the top of it is bent. What a schmuck. That's what we call people in New York. You don't have to be Jewish. I'm not Jewish. To call someone a schmuck. All right? Schmuck. All right? You schmuck seller. Okay? All right, so what do we have here is, now I'm going to get all nice. As you can see, my mood, I do have mood disorders, so you'll notice I'll go from happy to really rageful in about 10 seconds flat. All right, so what we have here is a beautiful powder box from, yes, my demeanor has now changed. A beautiful powder box from about, I'm going to say the 1890s to about 1911. All right, really, really cool. So what I did like about it was I took a look at it and I said, this is Wavecrest. This is a CF Monroe box. Now, generally they made opalware glass, which looked like milk glass. It was like white. But this is a rarer version because you don't see too many Wavecrest pieces that have regular glass. Like, we're talking regular glass. We have enamel work. This is hand painted. Okay, right there. Or it could be Mount Washington glass. Now, no glass expert. Okay, but I do know that this is worth more than the $19 that I paid for it. Well, shipping was not included. And so I can tell generally that this is either Wavecrest or Pearpoint Mount Washington glass by the closure. So this beautiful jewel casket, yes, it's a jewel casket or a powder box, is really cool because we got the enamel work, we got the beautiful shape. I don't know if you noticed the shape, but we'll turn it around. You see, like on each corner, we have a very Art Nouveau style raised piece of glass. This appears to be hand-blown glass. And then right in the center, don't know if you can see that. Do you see that raised area? That is really beautiful. So a powder box like this, it being possibly Mount Washington or Wavecrest value, like if I sold it on eBay, 75 bucks. eBay does not get the price. If you sell it on an exclusive website, like say Ruby Lane or First Dibs or Etsy, you could probably get between $250 to about $400 for a box like this. Maybe even a little more on a good day. So thank God this was not damaged, okay? The seller really, really must have an IQ of about 80. Now, I'm not trying to sound like a snob or anything because, you know, you can't always be as intelligent as me. But but I mean, seriously, throw it in a bag. You just throw it in a bag. You don't think it's not going to be protected. You saw this was just tossed into a bag. I mean, all right, so maybe you're pressed for time if you're a seller. But yeah, by the way, okay, this is what I really wanted. I spied this with my little eye on another listing she had, this perfume bottle. And it turns out that this is a very, very, very expensively rare, well, not, I wouldn't say rare, but these are very expensive to collect. This is what's known as a Grand Tour antique. So it was actually from the Palais Royal in France. It does come with a base. And actually, I don't think it was ever like permanently glued to it, but this could have caused so much damage by her just throwing everything into the plastic, envelope. This could have kept banging into the glass until the glass cracked. Now we are missing the medallion on the top. Okay, but that's not too worrisome. You can get something very like pretty and just like stick it on with museum putty and not permanently affix it. But you can put like a little rhinestone cabochon in here and then it won't even be so bad. That's nothing. Most of these glasses, these glass perfume bottles are missing the little placard on the top. Sometimes they would contain a disc of glass and underneath it would be a print of like the Palais Royal or whatever part of France, like the Notre Dame, like the Palais Royal, like certain monuments of France. It would be like on a little printed piece of paper that was round with a piece of glass over it. It's missing. They go missing. It happens. Shit happens. All right. So, the original base. Now, this thing is really filthy. It has filigree. I don't know if you can see this. And on each side, we have this gorgeous kiln-fired. This is kiln-fired enamel. Okay? People go wild over antique French kiln-fired enamel. Anything with antique kiln-fired enamel. It's a really highly collectible. So we got 4 placards. Now this dolt, I mean, this is the IQ I'm talking about here. By the way, she wanted more money for this. I made offers, by the way, on both. Now this thing came with a little alabaster 1970s, 1980s, like little trinket box. I was like, 86 that. I don't want that piece of crap. Just keep it. You know what I'm saying? And this was on a separate listing, and it was like this in the picture. And she said the original, the top fell off of it. You're going to have to glue it back on. And I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, what is this monstrosity? This never went on this perfume bottle. I mean, look at this. This plastic monstrosity, this piece of crap. And she had it like this, balanced perfectly on top of this. And I was like, yeah, no. Okay. So I'm going to clean the filigree. I'm going to clean the filigree work. She did, by throwing this into an envelope like she did, it bent up the filigree work. I'm going to try to rebend it back into shape. Yeah, I mean, what adult? How stupid. Seriously, people don't use their brains, and it pisses me off. All right, so what I like about it, it has its original stopper. 9 times out of 10, these glass stoppers are missing. Now, when was this made? This was made during the Napoleon III reign in France, from 1852 to 1870. And these were tourist pieces. And someone who went on the grand tour of Europe, especially in France, would bring back these fancy French goods. And so this has its original cotton inside the stopper. Now, a woman would dab the perfume onto the cotton and stick it into the cap. I see it all the time on these antique old bottles. This bottle is probably 150 to 170 years old. Tell me that's not amazing. So what I am going to do is I'm going to try to clean this up a little and make it look a little more presentable. I'm going to simichrome this, clean this up. It actually might not be broken. There might be like a flower design on the top, and maybe it's just dirty. So I have an antique box filled with buttons and whatnot, and we can actually put something on the top of here and not affix it permanently, but make this bottle so much better. So it is an antique button, so I am going to have to bust this off. And I'm going to use museum putty as the fixative for this so it can be undone. Sorry I was freaking out before. Honestly, I've been going through a lot of tough things. My husband recently got diagnosed with cancer for a second time, okay, during our marriage. He beat it the first time. It was such a deadly form. They told me he had like a 30% chance of beating it. He beat it the first time. Got it the second time right after my mother died. Went through about 8 months worth of treatments and chemo. And we were so scared, okay, and they got it. Okay, and then he just got diagnosed again for the third time, this time with skin cancer yesterday. So if I'm a little, if I'm a little testy, I apologize. These videos help form as a little bit of a distraction, if you know what I mean. All right, so we got this beautiful either Mount Washington Pearpoint glass box, actually powder or jewel trinket casket box. And now we have this really great Grand Palais French Grand Tour perfume bottle. And I cleaned it. It actually looks quite beautiful. We have the kiln-fired plaques going around each side. So I don't know if you can see that. This is unmistakably French. It's perfectly fine. I was able to bend that piece back into place. I was able to add a mother-of-pearl top. And now it's whole. And let's check out. I put museum putty. This can be just pulled right off without any damage. It won't leave any residue. It's this stuff. It's called QUAKEHOLD. This stuff is the best. So you can undo an old repair. I'll give you a link in the comments below for that. Yeah, you can undo anything that you do. And so if you find the right top to this, which I can guarantee you it will never happen, boom. Now, this is actually a very big perfume bottle. Generally, these type of souvenir bottles were like about this tall. About this tall. I kid you not. This is a gigantic, heavy piece of French crystal. Now, let's check out the bottom of it. Now, I did not clean the interior at the bottom. Look at the pontil, how it's grounded out. And this is probably Baccarat glass. And look how big this bottle is. It's very heavy. It weighs a ton. And the base is removable. This is the original base. I cleaned it up as much as I could. And I tried to straighten out the top of the bottle, which was bent because she did not pack it well. But all in all, these two items, this was $19. And I forgot, I think this was either $20 or $25. Okay? And then with the shipping, it was like another $18 for shipping and taxes. Not bad, not bad at all. So let's check out some of these Grand Tour perfume bottles. Let's just get this on here right. And what their value is. Now, this might actually glow in the dark. A lot of French old glass had uranium in it. So I'll do the uranium test later. But now a lot of these bottles actually had mother-of-pearl tops. That is actually an antique mother-of-pearl button. And so we kept the antique with the antique, which is great. And now I love the bottle. I actually am in love with it. This box is just fantastic. Again, look at this beautiful old jewel casket or powder box. And we're going to look at comparable pieces right now, and we'll try to get a sense of what its value is. So here's an example of CF Monroe or Wavecrest glass. This is a clear glass one. Now, generally, you'll see these type of mounts, like the same similar mount as mine. This is actually, it was sold to people as a cigar box, and it's clear glass, and it came with instructions how to actually place your own cigar bands inside the glass box. This one only sold for $2.15, but it's actually quite rare. And here's it even came with instructions in the lid on how to make the cigar band style. And you see how the cigar bands are glued onto the glass box? That is really quite cool. Don't know why that one sold for so cheap. But here again, you see that mounting, and that same clasp is very similar to the one that's on mine. Now let's check out some more CF Monroe, and I'm trying to find them. Here we go, CF Monroe. And this is one of my favorite websites, Cleopatra's Boudoir, blogspot.com. Really has really interesting stuff. Here is CF Monroe, and it was a place that actually, a company that made novelty glass. And beautiful enameled novelty glass. That's an 1898 ad. And here we go. We have one of those boxes with the beautiful ornamentation with the dimple going up on the top in the middle. Not identical to mine. So we get an idea of how old this jewel box is. And yeah, CF Monroe started in the 1880s and was most popular between the 1890s and to about 1911, I think, or 1916 when he went out of business. Here's some of his pieces that you will find. This is the opalware boxes. And you see it has the same type of mounting in the center as mine. And a lot of these pieces had enamelware and gilding on them. And let's continue to go. I'm trying to find more pictures. Here we go. Here's some of their other boxes. Some of them had silk interiors. The ones for, I think, jewels had silk interiors in them. And the ones without the silk interiors were powder boxes. Here we go. Here's that opalware type of glass. And these boxes on eBay sell about $50 to $75. The more intricate ones will sell for more. Here's a shell-shaped one, really interesting. But on other websites such as First Dibs, Ruby Lane, and on Etsy, they will sell for anywhere between $225 to like $600-700, depending on how intricate and how big they are. Here's all different styles. Some even had feet on the bottom. And you can see again, unmistakably, that hardware that is on my piece. And here's just a bunch of different ones that you can find. And the list keeps going on and on, but it's very rare to find a glass one like mine. These are all like colored glass, like opal or milk type of glass that was colored over and sponged with color. But it's not, you don't find them. You do not find them in clear glass, which why I think mine is actually rarer than the ones that we're seeing here. And here's just, look, it just keeps coming. And this is that opalware type of glass. That's almost like a milk glass. And again, do you see any glass ones? You really don't see any glass ones like mine. You see more of this opalware type of glass. And here's one, again, with the raised center up there. We have like unusual designs all over the sides. And again, I'm guessing mine between 1890 and about 1905-ish, 1910, right around there. Look at all of these, and they just keep coming. Some of them came in really unique designs and styles. And a lot of them do not have the markings on the bottom. They disappear. They used to have sometimes labels on them that fell off, or the marking that was fired on the bottom or painted on the bottom just wears off. It just actually wears off from age. And here's the many different pieces that you may find. The ones I'm showing you are really unusual ones compared to their just white opalware with a little enameling on it. Very, very interesting, beautiful pieces. And the most common pieces you will find are, I'll show you in a moment. Let's go back up, and will be this type. Let's go ahead and find them. And as you can see, wow, we're just going through so many of them. It's actually amazing. It will be like this type, the opalware. Some of them you don't even see, like you see the hint of blue. It'll just be all white with painting on them. And I'll try to find an example, like this style. And that is the most common styles you'll find. Not in the shell style. The shell style is actually unique. More of a swirl on the top. The Helmschmied swirl, like this, is the most common ones you will find for about $75 on eBay. On other venues, about $200 to $225. Some Grand Palais perfume bottles, and no two are alike. Generally, they're all different. Here's the filigree type. This one has green glass, it would have had a little placard on the top. And you can see these are not cheap. This one has rhinestones. Let's check out some more. We'll go over images. Oh, let's go back 1 second because I just saw one that was just like mine. And this one has the stand like mine, but this one is smaller. And on eBay, selling $380. Now remember, eBay is generally at least 50 to 70% off the value. On other websites, you can get at least 5 to 10 times more. Here we go. Here's one that glows in the dark. It's a Grand Tour bottle, $504. Not bad, not bad at all. Here's more. This one is in blue opaline glass. This one is in green, and they call them Grand Tour bottles as well. Let's go on Ruby Lane and check out what one of these. This is $2.95. Let's see the lid. And the lid would have had a little glass top like this with a picture. It was a print, basically, a print in it. And these bottles sell anywhere between $250 to about $900 to $1,000 to even $2,000, depending on how intricate they are. Now, mine happens to have the, I just saw one, darn, I just saw one with the placards on the side. See the placards? The placards going on the side, especially French kiln fired, is actually worth way more. Now, if you go on eBay, it's going to be worth actually way less. So if you're looking to flip these, here's a clear one with placards on the side. It only sold for $175. Auction houses tend to trend down. You can get these things for cheaper. Here's more. And here we got more over here. Let's check out Ruby Lane. And this one, $5.25. And look, the picture is all faded on them. It has the same type of base as mine. And this is a Napoleon III. And there you go. It's Empire style. This would have been on the top like a little picture, a print with glass. This is not painting, by the way. And you can see it's just like faded away. And so I'm going to say that mine's worth at least $525. You can see this one has a lot of wear on it. It's missing even a placard right here. Yeah, I'm going to say mine's worth now, with the placard missing, at least $500 to $800. Now that you saw all the Wavecrest boxes, now you can definitely see that what we have here is most likely a rare Wavecrest glass one. Now, generally, the opalware is glass as well, but you don't see it like this with the frosted glass like this, and then the clear glass. Again, clear glass on the bottom and frosted glass on the side. These are actually quite rare. I've only seen probably a handful in my time of actually collecting. So this one I'm going to go with, this is worth several $100s. At least I'm going to go with $300 to $425. If I said a different price earlier, now I have to looking at what I saw. This is pretty rare. And this, again, at least $525 to $700 to $800. We have all the kiln fired plaques going around it. This will not bother a collector. Especially, I actually beautified it by adding the mother of pearl on the top. It actually is better than a print. It looks so pretty with that mother of pearl button on the top that you would never even tell. You would think that that was part of the bottle. So there we go. This was another lucky score on eBay. The seller, though, seriously, you saw, I didn't mean to be an old crotchety bitch, but you saw how badly packed it was. It's a miracle that these two things actually arrived in one piece. Seriously, but this is just absolutely stunning. Let's check it out. Look at this. This is a heavy chunk, heavy solid piece of glass. And I'm really honored to actually own a piece of Grand Tour or Palais Royal Baccarat, most likely Baccarat glass. One of the best crystals. This is crystal, by the way. I know I keep calling this glass. It is definitely crystal. It's really heavy. You can tell the difference between regular glass and crystal because crystal is much heavier. And just wow. Wow. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the next unboxing. So if you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and hit all for the notifications. And whenever I upload a video, you guys will actually see some cool, beautiful, and rare or historical antiques. And you can even watch me repair them because that's what I try to do. I try to repair whatever comes broken.